A short time ago, President Biden and Vice President Harris wrapping up a speech in Atlanta. They are making the case for a Democratic plan that would make sweeping changes to election laws nationwide. CBS reporter Skyler Henry is live with their plan and the Democrats who may be standing in the way. Good evening, Skyler.
Hey, Ryan, good to see you. Well, the president, others within the administration, and Democrats here on Capitol Hill are all pushing for sweeping voting rights legislation to expand voter access, particularly at the ballot box. But they also are having issues as several Republican-led states are doing the exact opposite. But Democrats not only have problems with those across the aisle, but with some in their own party.
The fight for democracy took center stage in Atlanta, Georgia, as President Biden pushed for passage on key voting rights bills.
For the right to vote and to have that vote counted is democracy's threshold liberty. Without it, nothing is possible. But with it, anything is possible.
One measure would update the 1965 Voting Rights Act and force states with a history of discrimination to clear any potential changes to election laws with the Justice Department.
There is nothing normal about a law that makes it illegal to pass out water or food to people standing in long voting lines.
Another would establish national election standards by, among other things, requiring all 50 states to offer at least 2 weeks of early voting.
Ignoring facts and evidence, this administration has lied about Georgia's Elections Integrity Act from the beginning.
President Biden has signaled he's ready to change Senate rules to allow the voting rights bills to pass with a simple majority without Republican support.
But at least 2 moderate Senate Democrats, Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema, remain opposed to changing the filibuster rules, while Republicans say the move goes too far.
It protects a member of the Senate who represents a minority view or needs additional information before agreeing to proceed.
Some voting rights advocates have also expressed concerns President Biden isn't moving fast enough.
What we really want to see, given that he came down here, is that he's got an ironclad deal in place.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is expected to force a vote on the filibuster issue on the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday next Monday.
And Skyler, some high-profile Democrats skipped out on the chance to be with the president in Atlanta today. So what happened there?
Right, well, most notably is Stacey Abrams, who is certainly one of the biggest advocates for this cause, and one could say for the president as well. But I mean, there are in good relationships. I think the two have a great relationship. The big question now, though, is how will Democrats move forward with this voting rights legislation, particularly giving them that self-imposed deadline of next Monday. There's the added pressure there, as well as what we most recently learned from the family of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who say that the federal holiday shouldn't be celebrated unless voting rights is actually passed here on Capitol Hill. So remains to be seen how this all will shake out.
All right. Thank you very much, Skyler Henry from Washington, D.C.